Got his chance to really make this lead extend into the stratosphere.
Yeah, that wing, getting it, especially after you've gotten to kill the first stock, it just leaves you so much momentum to be able to play around with this character's biggest strengths.
Yeah, just a little bit unfortunate that, like, sometimes you'll get that opening hit and then wing will disappear, and it's like, oh.
Yo, Luke actually had that read, though. Like, he had the air dodge read, he just mistimed that F smash a little bit, and he is still rolling. I mean, Aaron has not had a chance to get back into this match since the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, what has really happened here, except Luke playing neutral, and then once he puts Aaron on the floor, once he puts him in the air, it's just read after read on consistent defensive options. You're going to roll in here, I'm going to chase your roll away here, as so. Everything just falls apart once he gets that initial hit on Aaron, which has not been, like, Aaron has not made himself hard to hit in the least at the start of this game too, and I don't think he has a jump.
Oh, yeah, going for that forward air, but you're too close! Oh my gosh, Sephiroth, that gigantic scoop on that up B, just not quite making out the stock, but the momentum and the mental damage is done. Only a matter of time. The F-tilt will seal it for that game one.
Sayonara, Falcon. Your ankles have been sliced clean off. What a showing from Luke just in this first game. Like, that was felt really, like, in control, the type of gameplay you want to see as Sephiroth, where you're dominating center stage, always one step ahead, using your speed and range in conjunction to make your opponent feel like they're out of options in any given situation.
Yeah, I think what Luke did best during that match was definitely what he didn't do, if that makes sense. There were very few overcommitments from him. He just kind of applied a lot of empty pressure in the air, which Sephiroth does an amazing job at. If he had to apply vertical pressure, he would apply it safely and quickly, and then move on if it didn't happen. We only saw a couple smash attacks from him, and they were all when Falcon was in a horrible disadvantage state. So, like, Luke's definitely got the neutral flow going, and the advantage state just keeps piling on due to his safe, careful play.
Yeah, and you cannot lose neutral much against Sephiroth just to begin with. His damage output is just really, really sublime with his more advanced combos and his strings, on top of the amount of coverage that he was exuding, like you said, just putting himself in the right position to make Aaron guess what offensive option was coming, and he would punish that accordingly. Oh, but Battlefield is the pick. I suppose he won't. In terms of this counter pick, he's probably looking for platforms in order to land, maybe other ways to escape, and definitely those larger blast zones to try and live that much longer. So if you get caught by one of those down airs, it's checkmate.
Yeah, I mean, Luke's coverage has just been phenomenal off of each hit, and Aaron just hasn't had the openings that we usually like to see from Captain Falcon players. Despite getting that Raptor boost, he wasn't able to follow it up with anything.
Yeah, I want to say it's been like him being extra careful now that he knows, or at least feels a little bit of pressure on who he's up against. But when you land these hits, like, Raptor Boost should be one of the more premier starters, at least for one up air, but nothing doing for Aaron. He's fallen into a quick hole yet again.
Luke's awareness of when to apply pressure is just absolutely perfect. He's choosing his spots very, very carefully. Now, granted, Sephiroth could be at kill percent. Falcon definitely has that kill power, and Sephiroth is as light as Kirby. So sometimes you're a god of death, but you're still as light as a balloon. Who knows?
Well, death follows all who give it. So we'll have to see if Luke can manage to keep himself ping-ponging back across. He's holding center so well that it's making all of the kill options that Aaron's been throwing out, like those Falcon dives, a lot more unforgiving. But the Falcon kick comes out, really wraps up an even game. And if you're surviving until 180 and taking stocks until 120. You feel pretty good if you're Aaron. You just can't be throwing yourself in with reckless abandon sometimes.
Yeah, definitely a better stock there from Aaron, and catching up on the lead here as well. Captain Falcon, definitely a character that can make those tiny adjustments in between games and go wild the next. So very excited to see how this progresses as Aaron is suddenly in disadvantage. Luke just doing an excellent job with these pokes. Gets grabbed out of that down tilt. That was very, very bizarre, and Aaron is definitely going to continue to ride that momentum. Oh, but not quite. Man, that platform pressure. So hard to escape.
Yeah, it was interesting to see him try and parry the Shadow Flare, which is not usually seen. But, especially with 3 orbs, now things are starting to fall apart a little bit. Wing is gone, so he might not have to worry about that any longer.
Oh, yeah, he's going to have to worry about that recovery. Unfortunate.
Yeah, feels bad, man.
Yeah, those feels bad mans in chat, please. Oh, man. I mean, just the poor guy. He tried to go for the recovery. He was kind of feeling himself a little bit. Just a small misinput can be enough to lose that game, and all the momentum that you brought